Hey enablers, Mike Kunkel here. Welcome to this edition of Sales Enablement Straight Talk. Today, I'm going to live up to the name of this newsletter. I really want to have a straight, authentic conversation with you about something that has been bothering me lately. Over the past few months, I've had several sales enablement professionals with whom I was speaking or corresponding refer to the building blocks of sales enablement as something that was pie in the sky, idealistic, or a complete stretch to get implemented in the real world. Now look, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that the work of putting frameworks in place, doing hardcore prioritization, getting the foundations laid, executing through systems thinking, creating multiple phase plans, and measuring, evaluating, adjusting, and pivoting until bottom line results are achieved, and eventually that the building blocks are in place is easy work. It's not. But what I will say is this. One of my favorite quotes from author Richard Bach is from his book Illusions. He wrote, "Argue for your limitations, and sure enough, they're yours." If you start out believing it can't be done, well, in that case, you're right. Do you really want to box yourself in that way and put those kind of career limitations on yourself? I hope not. Another favorite quote of mine is from the famous hockey player Wayne Gretzky, who said, "We miss 100% of the shots we don't take." If we allow a defeatist mindset to prevent us from trying our best, well, again, you'd be right. It just can't be done. Which is interesting because I didn't make the building blocks of sales enablement up in a vacuum. These are things I've learned over the course of more than 35 years in some blend of the sales profession, learning and development, and eventually human and organizational performance improvement. You know what else is interesting? In the large majority of my career, while I was figuring out the building blocks of sales enablement and how to improve sales force effectiveness through large-scale organizational change, my title most often was sales training. It was National Sales Training Manager or Director of Sales Training or Director of Sales Training and Management Development. Keep in mind, this was before sales enablement was even a term. Only one of the companies that I worked at used the term sales effectiveness, and only one other titled our department Sales Performance Development. In most cases, it was sales training or sales training and management development. And yet, I often found a way to influence sales hiring, compensation programs, measures and metrics, and the messaging and content that was being used. I worked cross-functionally with other leaders in other departments that I reached out to on my own to forge relationships and partnerships and find ways to improve our joint effectiveness in improving sales force effectiveness. My goal was to make us all heroes. Now, was I successful in every single role in implementing all 12 of the core building blocks with communication management, systems thinking, and sales support services? No, I wasn't. But I did it more than I didn't. And when I didn't, I got really close. And in every damn case, I had a strategic plan to do it, often in phases. I nurtured people and relationships. I won top-down support. I tracked and measured things to either know they were working and report it or figure out why they weren't working and fix them. So, to you enablers who are the naysayers, who don't think it can be done, guess what? You're wrong. And to those of you who truly want to make an impact with enablement and to use a framework like the building blocks to do it, I just want you to know that it is possible. It will take leadership. It will take persistence. It will take resilience. It will take drive and determination. But you can do it, and the rewards are tremendous. So that's my rant for this week, enablers. I hope this helps. It is possible to make an impact with enablement, and you can do it with the building blocks of sales enablement. Stay the course out there, enablers, and make an impact with enablement.